What's going on with the Sixers? TJ.
What do you mean?
Well, what's with the chant for Dame? What's with that all about?
I mean,
And then what's going on with your Celtics over there, Chris?
Yeah, we stink.
Well, what was with the post-game commentary from?
A lot of that came from the nature in which they're losing games recently to Washington and last night specifically to Chicago.
Right.
Scoring a lot of points, 100 points through 3 quarters, and then 11 get outscored by Zach LaVine in the fourth quarter. And then Marcus Smart, kind of went on a
said he wants that everybody knows that
stuff,
everyone knows that Jalen and Jason are going to get the ball, or they're going to go to Jason or Jalen, and it's time for them to share the rock. Is what he's basically said.
He's basically saying, not much I can do standing in the corner waiting for them to pass him the ball. And, it sounds great. It looks great on a cool Instagram post by ESPN, but it's not the full context of what's going on. But it's the 6th game of the season. I'm not ready to fire Ime Udoka and get Brad down back on the sideline.
Well, he's not coming. He's not coming back on the sideline.
No, I know, but I'm saying, some
bench,
local media types are trying to stir it up. And
so why are they chanting for Dame?
Wait, first and foremost, the Sixers are 5-2, so there's nothing wrong. But, I think a lot of, I've come on here and said this for months now, and you guys have laughed at me. And I think the Sixer fans are just showing you that they're thinking the same thing I am. Like, they love to see Dame Lillard play with a big man like Embiid. So
trade Embiid to the Blazers.
Yeah. Man, that... So let me get this straight. So Sixer fans are cheering because they want that. So we should give up our big man.
But Dame doesn't want to play for you.
How do you know? Have you talked to him?
He has come out and said it. I don't know how many different times.
Chris, think about how many times people say stuff and then 1 minute at 11:13 and 11:15 they change their mind and what they feel. Like, people can say anything.
I got to tell you, Dame's a little off this year, man.
Yeah, because he's that big man.
I know. Well, he's got 3 double-doubles, right?
I'm just trying to make it easier for everybody.
He's got
his Dame with Joel. Let me
25-point game against the Clips, but that game was a disaster. No, I was the one at home.
Look, as I've told Chris Rich, I believe in speaking things into existence.
How about this? He's my lead player on our fantasy league, Rich Eisen Show Fantasy League, on my Don't Trade for Giannis team.
That is your team name, yes.
Yep. And Philly fans chanted, "We want Lillard" as he shot free throws last night in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's got to be awkward.
For who?
Everybody.
I mean, look, Dame's quote last night: "I see the struggle as an opportunity to show my true character. I embrace that. It's not fun. It's not easy. I see it as a challenge, and it's one I accept." That doesn't sound like a guy who's like, "Oh, yeah, trade me to Philadelphia because they chanted for me."
Sure, because he's not the type of guy who's going to start that type of static.
Isn't this great?
But think about this. With Reggie Miller, I know he loved playing it with the Pacers for 19 years, but, like, if you really got to sit down with Reggie and sip something and say, "Reggie, let's be honest, if you could have gone back and won a ring and left the Pacers, would you have?"
Where would he have gone, though?
I just love how fans operate, man.
It's fanatics.
It is. I know. I just love how it's like, okay, Lillard was one of the greatest collegiate players at his institution of higher learning, right? To come out there, and he's made his bones there in Portland, right? And he's put his blood, sweat, and tears in the organization. The town loves him. He loves the town. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now,
love is love.
Right. And now, after all that, because everybody's forming up for super teams, and he can't succeed in that world where he currently is, we're all assuming he wants out. And one day he's shooting free throws in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia fans chant for him. And it's amazing how he comes off the court, he takes off his shoes, he goes, "You know what?
Yeah, I'm in now.
I haven't felt any love in Portland at all where I walk on water." Right? I haven't felt it at all. My family has not been made to feel welcome where everybody loves me. Yeah, after all that, you know what? They chanted for me. I think I'm going to demand a trade and create a stink.
My team's 3-4, and
I'm going to go.
I'm
going to go. I'm going to go.
West,
yeah, so. I'm going to go, and I'm going to say I want to go to. I want to go where they chant my name.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I want to go to play with the best big man in the league?
Who just clogs up the lane.
And it's hurt.
Yeah, because Dame can shoot, so he can stay in the lane, unlike the other guy who can't shoot.
Wait, he's going to go to Denver or Milwaukee?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right.
Look, guys, I just believe in a positive mindset in my life. I'm just going to share something with America and the world. I believe that if you really believe in something and you put it out there and you believe it can happen, it can happen. I've had a lot of good stuff happen to me simply because I believed it and I put it out there.
But you are not directly involved in the acquisition of Damian Lillard.
Yeah. Sure. What are you? I'm like trying to figure like you can bring it home. Like what was your point right there?
My point is, Chris laughs at me every time I say it.
I don't. And I'm just in regards to this. In regards to
Dame Lillard. So I'm telling you that I'm going to keep saying it because I believe it's going to happen, and one day it will happen, and I'm going to laugh at you.
More likely. Damian Lillard plays for Philadelphia this season, or we're attending Mac Jones' Hall of Fame ceremony in about 20
Why
years.
is that always the second choice?
How is that even like remotely?
Can we choose none of the above?
They're both equally ridiculous things to say in 2021.
How is saying that Dame Lillard could get traded to the Sixers as ridiculous as saying 22 years from now, this quarterback who's played 8 games is going to be a Hall of Famer?
See,
come on.
I think I understand what his point is. I think I understand what his point is. What his point is that Damian Lillard has in front of him. Last night he had directly right in front of him a major moment that he could have taken because it right in front of him was so obvious. A better situation basketball-wise. A fan base that adores him even though they don't really know of him. They know his stats. They know how he likes to tap his watch, and they've seen his big moments, but they want him. Yeah, there's a fan base that says, we want you. And again, it's not like the Portland fan base doesn't want him, but it's just standing there from your perspective, so obvious right in front of him. It's kind of like he's staring at the middle key. And just for some inexplicable reason, grabs another one. And that grab the other one doesn't unlock the basketball car for him.
I don't see the correlation between these keys either.
Well
but
done, Rich. I like that.
I don't even think that was well done, Chris. I think that was a reach.
I think that was nice.
I think that was a
well,
reach.
you're the one who did the reach.
No,
actually, what TJ did was close his eyes, turn his back.
He was entertained.
And then,
I did that.
Yeah.
And I did entertain.
And he picked up.
He did.
Yeah, because 5-6 months later, you're still talking about it.
Because you failed.
Sadly, we still have our popcorn
still
ready.
Talking about it.
We would still be talking about it if you, I don't know, won.
Yeah.
Regardless.
You pulled up in your brand new car.
Motorcycles and bikes.
This segment, like TJ's Showcase Showdown.
I'd love to see you two jabronis even get called to come on down.
It's over. Let's take a break here
Put some
on the
respect
Rich
on my
Eisen
name.
Show. I said one more over than your actual segment. That was just a double over. I said it 3 times. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.